The power of imagination. The workshop of the mind. Imagination is where every great success begins. Napoleon Hill called it the workshop of the mind, where ideas are shaped into plans and dreams are built into reality. Everything that exists today, every company, invention or fortune, started as a simple thought. The phone you carry, the home you live in, the business you admire, all began as an idea in someone's imagination. Hill divided imagination into two forms: synthetic imagination and creative imagination. Synthetic imagination rearranges old ideas into new combinations. Creative imagination brings in entirely new ideas, flashes of inspiration that seem to come from nowhere. Let's start with synthetic imagination. It's what happens when you take what already exists and combine it in a new way. Henry Ford didn't invent the automobile. He took the existing concept and revolutionized it by creating a production system, the assembly line, that made cars affordable for everyone. That's synthetic imagination at work. It's about connecting what you know with what's possible. If you've ever taken two separate ideas and merged them into something better, a business model, a product, or even a new way of doing your job, you've used synthetic imagination. It's practical. It's grounded in what already exists. And it's powerful because it turns proven ideas into new results. Now let's move to creative imagination, the realm of visionaries and inventors. This is where entirely new ideas emerge, often seemingly out of thin air. Hill believed creative imagination connects the human mind to what he called infinite intelligence, the universal source of inspiration. It's where genius lives. Thomas Edison imagined the light bulb before it existed. The Wright brothers imagined human flight when everyone said it was impossible. Steve Jobs imagined a device that would put music, communication, and computing into one simple machine that fit in your hand. These ideas came from creative imagination. But here's the key. Imagination alone doesn't build fortunes. Action does. Imagination provides the blueprint, the mental picture, but it's your organized plan, persistence, and faith that turn it into something tangible. Hill warned that most people let their imagination wither. As children, we use it constantly. As adults, we trade imagination for routine. Yet every innovation, every movement, every great business came from someone refusing to stop imagining. To use imagination effectively, Hill gave 3 steps. Step 1. Stimulate your imagination daily. Expose your mind to new ideas, experiences, and people. Read widely. Observe how things work. Ask, how could this be improved? Your mind collects raw material for future ideas. Step 2. Combine imagination with desire. Desire is the fuel. Imagination is the engine. When you have a burning desire for something, a business, a life goal, a cause, your mind starts producing ideas to make it happen. Hill wrote, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Imagination conceives, belief gives it life. Step 3. Translate imagination into action. Write your ideas down. Refine them. Build plans. Take small steps daily to turn ideas into motion. Even imperfect action is better than a perfect idea left unused. Let's make this practical. Suppose you want financial independence. Synthetic imagination would lead you to study successful people and adapt their methods to your own skills. Creative imagination might give you a unique product, service, or content idea that fills a gap no one else sees. Both are valuable. Together they create unstoppable momentum. Hill emphasized that imagination thrives when the mind is calm and confident. Worry and fear shut it down. Faith and positive expectation open it. That's why he linked imagination closely to faith and desire. It needs both to function at full capacity. To train your imagination, give it direction. Ask yourself daily questions like, what problem can I solve today? How can I serve others in a better way? What new opportunity lies in my current challenge? Your subconscious mind begins searching for answers. Eventually, insights will appear, often while walking, showering, or falling asleep. Creative breakthroughs rarely happen under pressure. They come during reflection. That's why successful people schedule solitude, not as idleness, but as a workshop for thought. Hill's own routine involved periods of quiet thought, where he visualized his goals and imagined ways to reach them. In the digital age, imagination is more valuable than ever. Technology has made tools cheap, but ideas rare. AI, automation, and data can process what exists, but they can't truly imagine. That's still your domain. The individual with vision will always have an advantage. Consider Elon Musk. His companies were not born from market analysis, but from imagination. The ability to see an electric car company thriving, or humans becoming a multi-planetary species. Each began as a picture in his mind. Then came the plan, the persistence, and the faith to make it real. So how can you cultivate your imagination today? Keep a journal of ideas. Whenever inspiration strikes, write it down before it fades. Review it weekly. You'll find patterns, connections between thoughts that can evolve into something significant. Surround yourself with creative thinkers. Hill called this the mastermind principle. When two or more minds work together harmoniously, a third mind, an invisible force of imagination, emerges. In that environment, ideas multiply. Finally, protect your imagination from negativity. Cynicism is imagination's enemy. When you believe everything has already been done, your mind stops looking for possibilities. The truth is, opportunity expands with every new generation. Technology changes, but imagination remains the driving force. Hill's lesson is simple: your fortune begins in thought. Imagination is not fantasy, it's the blueprint of progress. Everything begins twice, first in the mind, then in reality. Use both kinds of imagination. Build from what exists and dare to dream of what doesn't. As Hill wrote, ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes. You already have the power to imagine your future. The only question is, will you use it? Because imagination is not just daydreaming. It is the architect of destiny. And your mind is the workshop where the next great creation, your creation, begins. Imagination also determines how you respond to challenges. When obstacles arise, most people see barriers. Those who master imagination see openings. They visualize outcomes instead of problems. Hill believed that this mental habit separates dreamers from achievers. He wrote that the human mind becomes magnetized by the thoughts it holds most often. If you fill your imagination with limitation, you attract obstacles. If you fill it with creative solutions, you attract opportunities. It's not magic, it's focus. Your dominant thoughts direct your energy, attention, and decisions. Train yourself to picture success vividly. Imagine the steps, the people, the results. When you hold that picture with belief, your subconscious begins arranging events to match it. That's the unseen power Hill spoke of. Imagination guided by purpose. Every time you visualize a better version of yourself, you begin to move toward it. That is the true workshop of the mind. Not fantasy, but disciplined creativity aimed at real progress. So take time each day to imagine the life you want, in detail, with emotion, and with faith that it can be built. Because all achievement begins as imagination given form.